Most people don't actually have a strategy problem. They have a messaging problem. They think, I need a better funnel. No, you need a clearer message. Or I need to just post more. You need a clearer message. You need a hit message. You don't need a new offer, a new niche or niche, wherever you're from, a new coach, a new brand, a new website. I get it. When things aren't working, you're grasping for tactical things that need fixed. In actuality, it's just your message. The truth bomb is this. If people aren't buying, they aren't sliding into your DMs and they're not saying, take my money. It's not because they don't want what you have. It's because they don't understand why it matters to them, to your client. They don't see themselves inside of your story. They don't feel the future that you're selling because that's what you're selling them, an emotion, a feeling. They can't connect the dots between their own pain and the solution that you have to offer. They can't they can't do that because you haven't messaged your product, your offer, your brand in a way that lands deep inside of their bones. Being in Nashville, when you hear a song that resonates, it is in your bones. It gives you goosebumps. It's good. It's memorable. You just don't forget it. It's the same way with business. So let me say it again for the people in the back. If people don't understand the value, they'll never invest in the outcome for themselves. I know some of you are thinking, but Tanya, I explain it all the time. Exactly. You explain, but explanation, teaching, tactical, it's not the same as revelation. People do not buy from logic. They buy from a feeling. They buy when they feel seen, when they feel understood, when they feel like you just pulled the words right out of their chest and said, "Yeah, I got you and I know the way out." That is messaging. And that's where most people get it wrong. So let's get real for a second. If this is resonating with you, take a breath because I'm about to name what you have been feeling, but maybe you haven't said it out loud. Let's just say that. You're exhausted. You're showing up every single day. You're posting, you're creating, you're serving, you're giving, but you still feel invisible. Look around you. You look around and you see people with half your experience, half your age, half your expertise, still making twice your income, and you're thinking, what am I missing? People tell you all the time, oh my gosh, that's so inspiring. And you smile and say thanks, but nobody buys. You do these webinars or you do these posts and nobody wants what you have. You're an author, you're on stage and nobody wants your book. So you've got love, you've got engagement, you got all those people cheering you on, but your bank account is not reflecting the breakthrough that you know you are capable of creating. And let me tell you something, respect without revenue, it's not even noble. It's not humble. It's not trusting the process. It's frustrating. It's discouraging. And if we're being honest, it makes you question if this whole entrepreneurship thing is even for you. Has that ever been you? Have you ever started wondering, maybe I'm just not cut out for this? Or maybe I'm the problem? Or I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If that sounds like you, let me tell you clearly, you are not the problem. Your message just isn't doing its job yet, but it's not you. Your message is not standing in the room when you're not there, and it can be. Your message isn't carrying conviction while you sleep, and it can be. Your message isn't doing the enrollment, the explaining, and the selling for you. And until it does, you'll keep grinding in that grind, hustle, grind culture when you're supposed to be fruitful and multiplying and monetizing. So here's where everything shifts. Money does not follow movement, it follows meaning. If people feel what you carry, then they buy. If they don't feel, they just keep on scrolling. You can post 10 times a day and show up on every single platform. You can go live, launch a challenge, start a podcast, do all the things. But if the message is not clear for your clients, none of that activity will create any traction. I want you to write this down because this is the framework that you need to change everything. Your message creates movement, that creates monetization. It is that order. You can't skip those steps. You can't monetize what hasn't been messaged clearly. You can't multiply what hasn't been anchored in emotion. You can't automate what hasn't been articulated. So most people are trying to automate confusion. They're just rinse, repeat, defeat, doing the same thing over and over, expecting new results. And as we all know, if nothing changes, nothing changes. And they wonder why the funnel isn't converting or why the funnel is the problem. But it's not, it's the message going through the funnel that is the problem. So here's the truth that's going to set you free because business is not about more noise. It's about the right note played at the right frequency to hit the right hearts. That's it. And when you nail your messaging, everything else gets easier. Sales calls get easier because people show up already ready to buy. Content gets easier because you're not reinventing the wheel every single day. Scaling gets easier because your message is doing the heavy lifting. Clarity creates compounding. Conviction creates conversion, and messaging creates momentum. So when you operate from that place, that is when you stop building a job and you start building legacy. So the two types of businesses that we see all the time, tell me if you're recognizing them. They're clout businesses, and then there's cash flow businesses. And you will know immediately which one you've been building. So, clout businesses, they're loud, they're everywhere, posting all the time, always launching something new, a new pivoting and testing and new offers every single month, new branding every quarter, new websites, new eras, new algorithm shifts. It's going for what's trending and viral, and they have engagement, but do they have sales? Behind the scenes, they're exhausted. Revenue's inconsistent, launches are stressful, and you're just an algorithm away, or they are, from complete panic mode. You're not building, you're just being busy. And now let's talk about cash flow businesses. They're the ones with quiet confidence, same message, same core offer, month after month, year after year. They're not out there reinventing themselves every 90 days. They say the same thing over and over and over until the market memorizes it, just like a hit song that you memorize the chorus. It's the same in your messaging. And because of that, enrollments are consistent, revenue's predictable, and your freedom is real. They're not performing for the algorithm. They're playing the long game, an actual cash flow business. So here's my question for you. Which business do you want? Because here's the thing, if your business requires constantly performing, that's not freedom. It's dependency. And when your message carries your value for you, your message does the enrollments, the explanation, the selling. That's when the money becomes your employee. That's when your business starts operating by grace instead of grind. And that's the difference between the clout business and the cash flow. One's loud, one's leveraged. So if this is landing with you, and I'm guessing it is because you're still here. I want you to do something right now. Pause this podcast, grab your phone or type in your phone or your computer or a journal, and I want you to answer this one question. Can I clearly say in one sentence only, what pain do I solve for my clients and what future do I create? One sentence, not a paragraph, not a story, well, it depends on the client. I'm talking this one sentence. If you can't do that, nothing else matters. Not your funnel, not your pricing, not your content, not your calendar, not your free opt-in, because none of that works if the message isn't clear. The market doesn't need more noise. It needs clear notes. It needs you, yes, you listening right now. You're designed to make it clear. Your voice is the instrument, and when it's tuned to the right message, when it's aligned with who you are here to serve and what transformation you are here to create, that's when the doors open. That's when the revenue flows. That's when you stop hustling for every single dollar and you start stewarding for increase. So it's not just about making money, it's about being fruitful in every single area. Rich is beyond revenue, but y'all, revenue is required. This is how we make impact with the income. Your vision has to it has to be funded, right? Your vision has to be funded, not just with good vibes. You cannot scale impact without income. So when you get your messaging right, you're not just building a business. God didn't call you to struggle. He called you to steward what you have. You are building a legacy. You are multiplying your impact, and you are walking in the complete fullness of what you are created to do. So here's the next step. If you're ready to stop grinding and start multiplying, if you're done with respect without revenue and you're ready to cash flow with clarity, join me in our next Monetize Your Message Masterclass. This is where I walk you through the exact framework I just gave you, plus the step-by-step pieces to craft your message that converts. We're going to dial in that one sentence for you. We're going to position your offer so it's a no-brainer. And we're going to build your messaging. So important. You need the messaging ecosystem so your business works even when you are not working. So let's do this. Be fruitful, monetize, and multiply your message. I'm Tanya Stout, and I will see you at the next episode. Share this with a friend, share this with a business partner, and join us in our next masterclass. Peace out. Teased out. So how many of you are ready to conquer your business, your income, and your life? Hit subscribe and join the Conquer Club, and let's start winning together.
Peace in.
Peace out.
Kevin and Tanya Stout.